All right, everybody, we are going live here this morning. It's 9:02 on this Wednesday. And Zoom webinar is pretty weird because you actually go live, like literally the instant you press the button, but you don't actually see yourself live until like 30 seconds later. So good morning, everybody. Welcome. Hi, thank you for watching me today. You were just watching the testimonial from Nancy Potvin, and she just lost 102 pounds with us over the last 6 months. And today what I want to talk to you and focus about is consistency. Okay, so the best way to get results in anything that you want to do, whether it be in your personal life, your professional life, your health, the key is consistency. This is not new information. I am not inventing the newest rocket science invention. This you know, but why can't you do it? That's the question. What is missing in that component that allows you to get really excited about an idea? Hi, Julie. Hi, Marie-Pierre. You get really excited about an idea and you're like, yes, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do so well. And you do it and you start for the first day. You're like, yes. And you start for the second day. You're like, I'm still going. And weeks go by and you start to get distracted with things. And that's the biggest problem, is that you get distracted with a lot of things. And that happens a lot in business as well, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to run a business. There's always a new shiny object to follow, and that is the same with your weight loss. So one of the things that I want to talk about today is how to give you some of those tools to stay very consistent. Now, I'm often very quiet on my, hi, thanks, Sheila. I'm quiet on my pages because I save all this good stuff for my community. In my 6-week challenge, I have a bunch of gals in there that I've been coaching and mentoring for the past 6 months. I've been a trainer for 10 years, but I've really structured a very detailed 6-week program. And I save these motivational videos for them. But the reason why I'm doing this live on my personal page today is because we have a new challenge coming up on May 12th. So I highly encourage you to click on those links down below to reserve a coaching call with us so we can see if this is the best fit for you. In the meantime, let's talk about consistency. So my whole life, I've been entrepreneurial. I've been a go-getter. And when I made the decision to get healthy, I went at it full force, and I kept working at being very healthy until I was. And in business, I kept waiting for that knight in shining armor. I kept thinking that maybe I could find that business partner that would help me to grow my business and kind of like ride off on the horses in the sunset together, right? And then often, you know, my dad's very entrepreneurial. He's very successful. And I always thought, well, maybe if I can just wait till my dad's on board with an idea that I come up with, then maybe him and I can work together to make this amazing business. And I found out along the way, as I'm 43 years old and single mom, kind of doing it all by myself, that I got to a point where I was saying, you know, you don't need anybody. And worse than that is the idea that you think that someone is coming to save you, right? You are in complete control of your life. Once you get that fully, that you're in control of every action that you do. You're in control of every choice and decision that you make. And do not wait for anybody to come and save you, because they don't care, right? They care a little bit, but at the end of the day, they're so focused on their own life and what's going on in their immediate personal life, professional life, that they're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry about that. But then whoosh, they're off doing their own thing again. So that's the number one thing that I can suggest. So once you accept the fact that no one is coming to save you and that you're on your own to make things happen for yourself, now you take a very proactive approach to finding the resources and tools that you need to get the results that you want. That doesn't mean trying to invent the wheel and trying to figure out everything by yourself. You need to go and find the resource that knows exactly what they are doing. They've blazed the trails already. They already have the arrows in the back, like in the prairies of the Indians and the cowboys. Their arrows are already in the back. They've already fallen down. They've blazed the trail ahead for you. And you seek the advice of people who have been there, done that, and have developed a flawless strategy to take you to where you want to go. Once you find that person or that place or group or environment or whatever, you have to put your blinders on to every other shiny window, shiny butterfly, shiny coin that can distract you and overwhelm you, because you get all excited about being in a program and you're like, okay, I'm doing the program. This is great. Super. Let's do this program. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, you're like, oh, well, maybe that program is better for me, or maybe that program is better for me. All it takes is consistency in the place that you already found was the right place for you. So especially when it comes to fitness and nutrition, I have a client who I met about 4 years ago now, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And at first, she lost 60 pounds with me in 10 months or so. Okay. And she was so excited. She'd lost all this weight. This was great stuff. Okay, great. So then she says, okay, I'm going to go off and do it on my own for a while. So she went off and she did it on her own for a while. And the weight started to come back on. So I said, okay, come on back. Let's get you all going again. So this time she decided to seek the advice of a nutritionist. And the plan that she followed with the nutritionist worked for a little while. And she got about 35 pounds off. And she was really happy about that. And then she let everything go again. And she had put the weight back on again, and maybe even a little bit more. So she comes and she says, Sherry, I see what's going on in your 6-week challenge. I really want to be a part of it. I've seen the amazing results. I saw Nancy. She just lost 102 pounds. That's like freaking phenomenal. And you're going to see a whole lot of more video testimonials hitting my wall all the way up, leading up until the May 12th deadline. And she says, I'm ready to join your challenge. She goes, but I want to use the diet plan that my nutritionist gave me. Is that okay? And I said, well, first of all, I don't tell you what to do in this program. I absolutely do not tell you what to do. If you choose to follow a plan from a nutritionist, that is your choice, but it's entirely opposite to what I'm trying to teach you in my program. I'm teaching you how to listen to your body. So first we clean and cleanse and detoxify everything that's going on in your body so that you can listen to it. And because macro ratio charts and pie charts and plans and everything else didn't exist 50 years ago, 100 years ago, our bodies instinctively know what they need. So I said to her, look, I want to teach you once and for all how your body works, so that you know how to listen to it, so that you know how to fuel it with the right nutritious foods, so you can put an end to all this altogether. She goes, Sherry, that plan worked for me. That plan worked. I really want to use that plan. How can I use that plan in your 6-week challenge? And I said, well, it didn't work for you. It didn't work for you because you're back and you've put on more weight than you had before. Which brings me back to being consistent. You need to be able to find a program, a plan, an idea, a person to follow, where once you completely identify with what they teach you. You know it, you understand it, you stand on it. It's a standard, it's your foundations, you believe in it. And now it's inside you. It's not a piece of paper, it's inside you. And once it's there and it's in there, it's something that you can always follow because your body is telling you how it works. Okay. So the next step to being consistent is to have a powerful, powerful morning routine that you don't deviate from it. You don't deviate from it. You have to stay connected to that plan, because I wake up in the morning, I'm religious about learning first thing in the morning. First of all, I exercise and I run. Why do I run first thing in the morning? Because my body is in a fasted state. My blood sugar is very low. So while I'm jogging at a fat burning heart rate, if you want, my body is going to burn more fat energy to maintain a more marathon style run. So I run for like an hour, sometimes 2 hours in the morning before I even start my day. And studies will show you that the cognitive performance of attaining information while your body is in motion, while you're oxygenating your body, while you're increasing blood flow, while you're powering up your mind with oxygen and blood flow, you will retain that much more information. In fact, these studies are 10 times more. I can't clarify or like pinpoint those studies. I know the book I read it from. In fact, if you have a child who's studying in school, it's called Shark something. And it's all about how the brain moves. Hold on, that's the diabetes code. Just to give you an idea, I don't know if you can see, but like these are the amount of books that I read and study every morning. So I don't know if you can see that, but let me see if I can find that shark one for you. Let me see if I find it really quickly for you. Shark one. Anyways, if I don't find it, oh, here, Spark. Here we go. This is a great one. So if you have kids with ADHD, if you have kids with learning disabilities, if you have teenagers, kids who are struggling in school, this book is a really great book to download and to listen to about how the brain works with physical activity and so on. Okay, so that was a little tangent. So I run first thing in the morning. I educate myself first thing in the morning. So first of all, before even 7 a.m. hits, I am faster and stronger and smarter than I was the day before. So that's number one. I wake up and I hydrate my body. This is the third glass of this that I've had this morning. So I hydrate my body every single morning. Your body is made up of 65% water. It absolutely needs to be hydrated. So while I'm running and doing all that exercise, I am drinking all that water. And then my day continues. I have a very strategic day, the way how I plan out my days. And what you need to do is you also need to block and batch your days. So when you look at your week ahead of you, you need to identify the types of similar tasks that you end up doing all throughout the day, and how do you batch them up so that you're not constantly looking at email all day. You're not constantly looking at Facebook feeds. You're not constantly looking at text messages, because this phone is a crazy huge distraction from productivity. And it does not help you to stay consistent in your overall goals. And I'm talking like this if you have weight loss goals, if you have professional goals, if you have relationship goals. There's work that needs to be done when it comes to any of these things. If there's things that you want to improve in your career, there's productivity that needs to be done in order to do that. If there's things that you want to improve in your relationship, there's books, there's courses, there's practice, there's date nights, there's things that you need to do in order to incorporate those things into your relationship, into your schedule. And that's what everyone's always, their big thing is, right? I never have any time. There's no time. I can't, there's no time. You need to have a good look at your calendar and understand how to really structure and batch the things that you're doing so that you understand how to manipulate your calendar to the fullest. The 4-Hour Workweek is a phenomenal book by Tim Ferriss. If you have not bought or listened to this book before, The 4-Hour Workweek is another really great book to follow. Okay. So you need to outsource things that you don't need to be doing. There's a lot of stuff like the house cleaning, like the yard work, like the stuff, unless you're doing yard work because you really enjoy it, you don't necessarily have to do it. And a lot of people feel like, I can't afford that. It's not something I can pay money for. The minute you understand what your hourly wage is, no matter who you are, even if you don't have, hourly wage, you have a salary, everybody has an hourly wage. And that is how much do you make per hour on a 40-hour work week in whatever career that you have, whether you're an entrepreneur or professional, whether you have a paid salary or whatever. What are the things, how much do you get paid per hour? And if it's more than $20 an hour, then you need to outsource all the stuff that you don't want to do for services that charge $20 an hour. House cleaning and yard work and mowing the lawn and stuff, unless you're really doing it to be, therapeutic, to get out to nature, you enjoy gardening, that's your hobby, that's fine. That's a totally different subject. But the house cleaning, the laundry, even the grocery shopping. Some of you guys saw my live video I did at Click and Go with Provigo. Now I have a set grocery list in the Provigo website. All I got to do is just make sure that I want or don't want certain things in my set grocery list. I click checkout. I click the time that I want to pick it up. And I go into their little parking lot. I call the girl. She comes out. She puts groceries in my car and I leave. Not only do I save a truckload of time, I've also saved a truckload of money because I wasn't impulse buying at the same time. So anyways, look, I don't want to rant and rave for too long. I hope now that you have some ideas on how to just really stay consistent. So just to recap very, very quickly, you need a morning routine that you swear by. Then you need blocks of times in your day that is equally scheduled and compartmentalized to do all the regular tasks at one time. So you need to plan and prioritize all of your responsibilities so that you know how to really squeeze out your schedule to the best that you can. Once you understand what your schedule is, it's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Once you decide to join a gym or come to a program like mine, you pick your classes that you go to and you are religious about them. Once you decide that you're going to start investing in the stock market or in an RSP, you become religious and you put your pennies at the end of the month into your savings plan. Once you decide that you want to start and relive your marriage and revive your marriage, then you are consistent in your positive behavior in how you talk and treat your husband and so on. And every single day, you keep working on these little tiny steps that continuously take you to where you want to be. And then this type of activity becomes a ritual, it becomes a routine, it becomes something that is consistent, and then next thing you know, everything you've been working hard for is at your fingertips. It's right there. You've lost that 102 pounds. Your marriage has been revitalized. Your career path is up and on the way. You've saved $500,000 in the bank. It's there. It's there. It's little small behaviors every single day. But unless you plan it, unless you really map it out, you will be a butterfly in the wind all the time, floating from one flower to the next flower, just always like floating and fluttering around because there's no direction. There's no aim. You get excited about something, you flutter over here. You get excited about something else, you flutter over there. And there you have it. All right, guys, my next challenge is starting on May 12th. Watch my wall. If you have all been curious or hesitant in even thinking about wanting to sign up, watch my video testimonials that are about to hit my wall all over the next 2 weeks. There will be a link. There's a link in this video as well. Click through so that we can schedule a coaching call for you, explain the program to you so that you can get not only a full physical transformation, but videos like these ones that talk about your lifestyle, that talk about life balance, stress management, sleep, all the full circle, the whole package is what we cover in my program. The fitness and the nutrition, it's just a vehicle. It's just a vehicle to get you from here to there to where you want to be. My program holds you accountable to doing the work. My program holds you consistent to being the work, to making sure that you get it done. And that's why you're seeing all these results hit my wall, and that in just 6 weeks, people are losing 20, 30, 40, 60, 80 pounds in 6 weeks because we're teaching them how to be consistent, and we're holding them accountable to what they want to achieve. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I sure as heck did. I can't wait to see you guys all again on the next one. In the meantime, have yourself an amazing day. Bye-bye.